Starting a YouTube channel is one of the best things that you can do for your real estate business. But there's a lot to know when it comes to starting a channel, such as proper lighting, what camera to use, what editing softwares to use, etc., etc. So let me take you step by step on how exactly you should start a YouTube channel. What's going on? It's Will, and the first step that you want to take when starting a YouTube channel as a real estate agent is properly understanding and knowing what exactly your niche is going to be. And now you may be saying,
Well, Will, obviously my niche is going to be real estate.
and I understand that, but there are many different types of niches even within the real estate world on YouTube. So for example, you can make a channel that's based around helping buyers and sellers, or you can make a channel that's based around investing in real estate and flipping houses, or you can make a channel about helping real estate agents. There's a lot of different things you can do within the real estate niche, so you need to pick which one you want to do. And trust me, when you're new to YouTube, you want to stick to one very specific niche. For example, I used to make content helping real estate agents and helping buyers and sellers, and then I soon realized that both of these cater to completely different parties, and I really needed to niche down to one specific group. So I decided to go with helping real estate agents because that's what I'm more passionate about. A rule of thumb to keep in mind on YouTube is you should never ever make a video that somebody didn't subscribe for. So when I first heard this rule of thumb, I thought about that for my own YouTube channel, and I was like, you know what? I'm making videos about like helping buyers and sellers, but then next week's video would be something about helping a new agent or whatever. The buyers and sellers that I was talking to in the previous video don't really care about my next video about helping new agents. So you can kind of see the disconnect there and how those are two completely different topics. Now, the next thing that you want to do is have about 5 video ideas ready to go. I would even recommend filming and posting all 5 videos on your YouTube channel at the same time so that when people go to visit your channel, they can already see that you have content up there. But even after you have those 5 video ideas, just make sure to sit down and just start thinking of all the ideas possible that you want to talk about. So like when I first started my YouTube channel, before I even filmed my first video, I just sat down, I pulled out a notebook, and I just started writing down everything that I wanted to talk about. Why I left Keller Williams, why I joined eXp Realty, how to easily pass the real estate exam, like just a bunch of ideas. So you need to do that. And if you feel like you're in a position right now where you're like, well, I don't really know exactly what I want to talk about, I just know I want to talk about this niche, but I just don't have ideas for it. What I would recommend is just go on YouTube and look up any YouTubers who do talk about the same thing that you want to talk about and get some ideas from them. Maybe you want to start a channel about helping agents the way my channel is. Go look through my entire channel and see if there's anything on there that resonates with you and you want to share your experiences with other agents. Now let's move on to equipment and some of the things that you will need. Now, as far as a camera goes, your iPhone will do just fine if you can't get a DSLR camera just yet. But let's go over the equipment that I use and what I think will be essential to your YouTube channel. And now, just to let you know, all the equipment that I'm going to be showing you, I do have Amazon affiliate links for everything down in the description box below. So if you do want to purchase anything that I'm going to be showing you, just go ahead and click the link down in the description box below. So first up, I have my DSLR camera. My camera is a Canon EOS Rebel SL3 4K shooting camera. It's an excellent camera and I would highly recommend it if you are trying to get a DSLR camera. I think it's like the perfect YouTube camera. And as you can see on the lens, I have a 24mm lens with a 2.8 aperture. I love this lens. It didn't come with the camera. The lens that came with the camera was the kit lens, and I think that one was like an 18 to 55mm lens, and it went down to a 4.0 aperture. So I really like this lens because it gives me that blurry background, makes my face look super crispy, so I like it a lot. Now for my tripod, I have a Sunpack tripod. That's the tripod that my camera's on right now. I bought it at Best Buy, but you can also find it on Amazon. I will link that for you as well if you're interested in it. It's a pretty affordable one, so make sure to go and check it out. Now, as far as my mics go, I actually do have 3 different mics. The first one that I do have is the Boya lav mic. It's really affordable, first of all, and it basically just clips onto your shirt. You can obviously do it while you're filming your YouTube videos, or it's even good if you're doing like house tours or something and you need to walk around with a mic mic or whatever, I would recommend it. I really liked it. The second mic that I have is going to be the Blue Yeti USB mic. And now that was a mic that I was using for a while on my channel, and I absolutely love it. I think the quality of it is great. And now the third mic that I have is the mic that I've been using for the past couple of videos, which is the Rode Mic Go 2. And now if I had to recommend a mic out of all three of these, it would be this one. I'm currently using it right now for this video, and what I love so much about it is it's super versatile. So I can take this with me if I'm going like and doing home tours or something and filming with my phone or vlogging or anything like that. You can attach it to your phone using the proper tripod. At the time of recording this video, I know that this mic is around like 95 to 100 bucks. I will also have that link down in the description box. I absolutely love this mic and I highly recommend it. And just to let you guys know, audio is going to be your biggest thing when it comes to filming these videos. It's more important than the actual visuals, because if your audio is bad, people will feel more inclined to click off of your video. So you want to make sure you have good quality audio. Now moving on to my lighting gear. The lighting gear that I have, both products are from Newer, and those are also on Amazon, and I absolutely love them. The first one that I have is the 18-inch ring light, and it works really well. It gets extremely bright. And then the other ones that I have are just like two smaller lights, but like I said, they also are from Newer. I like them a lot because I use them as fill lights, so they're not my main source of light, but they add some depth to my videos, so I like those as well, and they're pretty affordable, so it's great. So now that we have all of our gear in place, let's now talk about actually filming and editing. If you're filming on an iPhone, just set it to 4K if you're able to, or 1080p would work just fine. But if you're filming with a DSLR camera, let me show you my settings so you can replicate it. So first off, I set my camera to film in 4K at 24 frames per second. When it comes to white balancing, I like to custom white balance my camera because I think that gives the most accurate depiction of color. Then I drop my ISO down to 100 or whatever the lowest is for your camera. Just go ahead and put the ISO to that. Then for our aperture, we want to drop it as low as possible. So in my case, I'm able to go down to 2.8 aperture. This will give your videos that nice blurry background. As far as my shutter speed goes, I set it at 50 because typically you want your shutter speed to be double or near double what your frames per second is. And again, our frames per second is 24. And now I want to let you know something that's extremely important. When filming your video should be as short as possible, but as long as needed. So don't just go on tangents and start talking forever. This is why scripting and outlining your videos is important, because you want to make sure you're hitting every main point and you're not just going on and on and on and you're not organized with the video. Now, if you're wondering how your scheduling process should be for these videos, don't worry, we will get to that in just a little bit. So as far as editing goes, I was editing my videos on iMovie, one, because it was free, and two, because it was extremely easy to use. So if you're a Mac user, I would highly recommend using that. If you're a PC user, I'm sure PC has some sort of free editing software. If they don't, you can find a bunch online, so just go ahead and pick whichever one you think is best, or look some up on YouTube and just get the hang of that. Also, I highly recommend looking up some editing tips on YouTube because you want to make your videos stand out as much as possible. And now for my thumbnails, I use Canva, and the free version of Canva should work just fine for you. I recommend getting the pro version because you just get so much more, but the free version should work just fine. Your thumbnails should have no more than 3 to 4 words on them unless it's seriously necessary, and they should be big and bold letters, and your face should be on the thumbnail. Facial expressions incline people to click on your video. I used to put a bunch of words on my older thumbnails, but if you look at my newer thumbnails, they look so much better, which is why I highly recommend, once you feel financially comfortable, I think you should outsource your thumbnails and even your video editing to a professional who's just gonna do a better job and is gonna give you more time to work on other things. Because I'm telling you now, editing is extremely time consuming. And now your thumbnails and your editing are extremely important because this is what's going to help your click-through rate and your audience retention. And these two things are probably the biggest things on YouTube for your channel to grow. If you have a bad audience retention and you have a bad click-through rate, your videos are just not going to perform well, and YouTube isn't going to push your videos into the algorithm so that you can get more views and subscribers. So you want to make sure your videos have decent editing, a great clickable thumbnail, and overall your video is just engaging and not boring. You don't want people to click off. You want them watching the video for as long long as possible. Now let's talk about the process of actually creating a YouTube video and what your scheduling should look like. To keep it extremely simple, one day you outline and script, one day you film, one day you edit, and then one day you post your video on YouTube. Now this is how my content schedule looked like before I hired an editor. On Mondays, I film all of my videos for YouTube, Instagram, and other social medias. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I would edit. On Thursdays, I would post my video. And then on Fridays, I would work on scripting and outlining next week's video. So the same way that you would time block for cold calling or door knocking or any other type of lead generation, you need to time block for your YouTube channel, because this is a source of lead generation for you. And maybe it's not a source of lead generation, let's say client wise. Maybe you're making videos like this where you're helping new agents. Regardless though, it is a business and you need to time block for it and work on it. Now let's talk a little bit about consistency. Let's face it, most people don't last on YouTube because they are impatient and they just don't trust the process. But you must stay consistent. Your first couple of videos are going to suck. It's basically inevitable. But the whole point of this video is to get your first couple of videos to not suck that bad. I highly recommend at least committing to one video a week. That's how often I post, and I think that's a perfect amount to post on YouTube. And at the time of recording this video, I only have like a little over 500 subscribers, but I post weekly and consistently as if I have 100,000 subscribers. And that's exactly what you need to do, and that's how you need to treat YouTube. There's so much more to go over when it comes to having a YouTube channel and making good YouTube videos. And if you want more tips like that, make sure to subscribe to my channel, because I'm gonna have a lot more videos coming that are about having good videos on YouTube. And now I have a question for you. Is there anything stopping you from starting a YouTube channel? Let me know down in the comment section below, and make sure to check out this video next. But other than that, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you all on the next one.